The number 7 shirt is a historic one at multiple clubs and often given to a winger or creative player. But which is the best in the Premier League? There are 17 currently in the top flight, so in 17th place is Niskan's Cabano. The Fulham man pulls up the rear as sadly we consider him the least effective number 7 in the top flight. He's only recently started to get a game for Fulham and has hardly influenced proceedings. Even when they won promotion from the Championship, Cabano wasn't really a prominent figure. 16th goes to Shane Long. Sorry, but I can't actually believe that this lad is still a Premier League striker. His goal return in recent years has been shocking, yet somehow he managed to find the net against Liverpool the other week. Sure, he's quick and he can be a bit of a handful for defenders, but his lengthy goal droughts are becoming a thing of legend. 15th is Juninho Bacuna. Initially I thought this was his brother Leandro and was going to put him bottom as I think he's a truly awful footballer, but no, it's his brother Juninho, who signed for Huddersfield last summer. The Dutchman hasn't been too involved at Huddersfield, proving not to be the man to keep them in the Premier League. 14th place goes to Beram Kayal. The Israeli midfielder has always been a consistent player for Brighton, doing a decent job in the middle of the park. He's nothing too special, but sound enough. He always gives his all for the badge, and every game you can guarantee he'll be a 7 out of 10, which is poetic considering he's number 7. 13th is Harry Arter. When he joined Cardiff on loan last summer, people thought he was a really good bit of business. He added class and Premier League quality to the Cardiff midfield, but that's not really how it's worked out. While he's still technically a good player, having worked under Eddie Howe for years, Arter's just a bit of a shithouse nowadays, proving to be a magnet for yellow cards. 12th goes to Max Meyer. Another player signed last summer, Max Meyer looked to be a pivotal signing for Palace, bringing one of Europe's most in-demand free agents. But for all his reputation and technical ability, Meyer just hasn't been given a proper run of games by Roy Hodgson. He seemed like the man to take the pressure off Wilfried Zaha, but it just hasn't happened for the German at Selhurst Park. 11th place is Ivan Caballero. The Wolves winger was one of the first members of the Portuguese contingent at the club, now in his 3rd season at Molineux. While he hasn't started as many games in the Premier League, Caballero has still shown his quality, proving to be a real handful of defenders with his pace and power. At 10 we've got Demarai Gray. Once nearly wiped out by a helicopter, Demarai Gray isn't the sharpest tool in the box, but he's a tricky winger when he's on form. With ridiculous pace and dribbling ability, Gray has all the potential in the world at the age of 22 and is now managed by the perfect manager in Brendan Rodgers to help him achieve that potential. 9th place is Johan Berg Gudmundsson. The Icelandic king in the Premier League is always Gylfi Sigurdsson, but you can't underestimate the ability of Gudmundsson. The Burnley winger is an expert crosser of a ball, which is why he's been able to record so many assists. With a wand of a left foot, Gudmundsson could easily be playing higher up the division than Burnley. 8th place is Henrik Mkhitaryan. For all his creativity and vision, it's fair to say that the Armenian hasn't been a hit at the Emirates since he joined just over a year ago. In a swap deal with Alexis Sanchez, Mkhitaryan hasn't really hit the heights at Arsenal, much to the anger of the Gunners faithful, who've had to watch him rather than Mesut Ozil for some unknown reason. His best days were at Borussia Dortmund though, where he truly was an excellent playmaker. At 7 is Marko Arnautovic. We originally had him much higher up, but his recent decline has seen him slide down to 7th. The Austrian had been West Ham's talisman, but since he threw his toys out the pram in January to try and force a move away, his performances have dipped. No longer is he the man that West Ham turned to, and it'll be a surprise if he's still a hammer come the start of next season. 6th place is Gerard Deulofeu. A man in red hot form as of late, Gerard Deulofeu has started to add the consistency that was missing from his game. His cameo in the FA Cup semi-final was sensational, guiding the Hornets to the final against Manchester City. His chip was truly stunning, showing off his class inside the National Stadium. The Spaniard has often teased us with his ability, and he's starting to deliver on a more regular basis. At 5 is Alexis Sanchez. The Chilean forward has had a tough time of it lately since he became a Manchester United player, but we can't forget how good he was before that. At Arsenal, everything went through him, and his relentless style saw him score tons of goals season after season. But in Manchester it just hasn't worked out. As his pay packet increased, the quality of performance has got worse, and injuries haven't helped either. Well, he still gets 5th place. 4th goes to James Milner. Despite his age, Milner still has a real engine in the middle of the park, still considered one of Jurgen Klopp's most reliable players, even filling in at fullback when called upon. Milner has had a brilliant career, and it's only in the latter years he's starting to be truly appreciated. Liverpool's number 7 shirt is a famous one, and Milner is certainly doing it justice. 3rd is Son Heung-min. The fact Son is only 3rd shows the calibre of number 7s in the Premier League. The South Korean has often been Tottenham's go-to guy this season, especially in the absence of Harry Kane. He scored the first goal at Tottenham's new stadium and it's an honour he deserves for his form over the past few years. I still can't get over the fact that people say he was underrated. Which morons weren't rating this guy? Or were saying he's underrated just a thing people said to try and sound cool and clever? Second place goes to N'Golo Kante. Chelsea's marathon man is a player you'd love to have in your team. He comes across as a lovely down-to-earth lad, he always plays his heart out and he's really good at winning possession. Ever since he rocked up at Leicester, Kante has been a star, going on to win multiple Premier Leagues, then going even further by helping France lift the World Cup last summer. It's just a shame he's a bit shy when carrying the trophy. And in first place and the best number 7 is Raheem Sterling. With the season he's having, Raheem Sterling had to be in first place. The winger has been questioned throughout his career, but this season he has to be considered as Manchester City's best player, which is incredible when you think of the embarrassment of riches they have. Whether it's for England or City, Sterling performs, and he's also a great figure off the pitch too, doing what he can do to combat racism in the game. Good on you, Raheem, you are truly one of the Premier League's elite. So that's every Premier League number 7 ranked in order. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.